All right. And we are live here for our top 10 cards that we can't wait to play in Ikoria. I am Dark Confidant 21, aka Marshall, and this is my good friend uh, Turner 512, aka Scott. Say what's up to the folks, Scott.
What's up? Hello. Glad to be back.
Yeah, it is a great night for Magic. We're doing this top 10 list. We're each going to give our top 10. Spoiler: the first one is already on the screen, but we're doing our top 10. We're going to do this quick. We're trying to make this video less than 20 minutes, so we don't want to waste your time. We want this to be some hot, fresh content delivered right to you. So we're going to do this as quick as we can. So without further ado, Scott, we each made a top 10 list. And you're going to go first. I'm going to go second. We're going to rotate one at a time. We each have an honorable mention card. Your honorable mention card is right there. What what is your honorable mention? Let's hear about it.
Yeah, Yorion Sky Nomad. I think that this is a very fun card, specifically in Modern Pioneer. The
Mm.
flicker effect is very strong. The companion ability is not that big of a downside if you want to have fun. Is this a spike card? Really competitive? Maybe not. But restricting your deck to be a whole bunch of extra ETB creatures and having that really strong flicker effect, I think it'll be a very fun card to play. And it could be a standard player. We'll see.
Well, very cool, very cool. I agree. I think this card could be really powerful. Next, so this is my honorable mention. We have Kahira. Kahira, this is another companion card. Again, neither of these were really in our top 10. We just kind of liked them. I like this card because it's a tribal anthem for multiple tribes. You know, cats, elementals, nightmares, dinosaur, beast. And I think you could play one as your companion, and you could play three more just in the deck, and then you had no trouble playing all these different types of cards. I think it's a lot of fun. That's what I think. This again, these are not like the 10 best cards that we like. These aren't the 10 best cards. These are 10 cards that we look like that we want to play. We think they're going to be a lot of fun. All right, so to begin the real list now, number 10 for you, Scott, is
Vivian, Monsters Advocate.
Vivian
Um,
Monsters Advocate.
yeah, this is coming at number 10 on my list, mainly because I think the standard format moving forward is pretty fast. So I think a 5 mana Planeswalker um, moving forward will be a little bit slow, and you can't minus it off the bat. But its abilities are so fun. A creature when it comes down, plus getting a free creature on its minus, sounds like really fun magic. I love big clunky creatures. It should be a fun time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is a good card as well. My number 10 is Yidaro, the Wandering Monster. So this is just a stupid big 8/8 trample haste. That's a turtle, which I still don't understand. I'm not looking forward to just like casting 7 drops. The reason why I can't wait to play this is because I want to see if I can get that, cycle it 4 times in a game and then get it for free. Because that's just fun, right? That's just fun. I want to see it happen. That's why it's number 10.
Yeah, that has got to be the Xbox Live achievement of the set. Once you do that, you get an emblem. You just win at Magic. You might not win at Magic. In fact, you probably won't. But it's a fun card. Absolute blast.
I fully expect to lose so many games trying to make this happen. So, coming to a stream near you.
Absolutely.
All right, next up we have your number 9 card, which is
Yeah, Mythos of Snapdex. Is that how we're pronouncing them?
I thought it was Mythos, but that could I could
Mythos.
Mythos of
Yeah,
Snapdax. Yeah,
that's embarrassing. Mythos.
that's okay.
LOL.
My Mythos will take that too.
Yeah, Mythos of Snapdax. I personally think this is the strongest Smithos, and it's probably the most fun one from my perspective. Just being able to say what your opponent keeps on the board is really strong and really fun. Not for your opponent, but it'll be a blast for you.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. All right. My number 9 is Ruinous Ultimatum. This card doesn't take much explanation. It is a one-sided board wipe. And who doesn't want to play that? Who does like? I feel like I'm going to play this card and I'm just going to win the game. Or,
it
I mean, yeah,
it seems like Mardu is the color for you're going to have fun playing the card, but your opponent is not going to have fun once it resolves.
yeah, yeah. Uh, So yeah, here we go. Next one for you. Sorry, I got distracted by the comments. Sean, good to see you. Number 8 for you, Titan's Nest.
Titan's Nest. Wow, this card is really impressive, and I think it will be really fun. Essentially, giving every card you cast Delve, if you have a full enough graveyard, is pretty wild. I, for one, am very excited to cast some very cheap Agents of Treachery. So I think in a Sultai deck, if you fill up the yard and you play some really big dumb spells uh, and can take all those casts off, you're going to be playing some really dumb Magic.
I have to make a quick confession on this card. I thought that it said spend this mana only to cast cards with X in the mana cost. But it says without,
No.
which makes this card a whole lot better. So...
yeah. I think there's a lot of dumb big spells that you're going to be playing with this card, and your opponent is going to be like, how much? Why is he playing 3 spells after that 8 mana spell? And it'll be because of Titan's Nest.
Exactly. All right. Next one is my number 8, which is Slitherwisp. Slitherwisp, obviously, this is kind of like the big. I feel like this is the glue that's going to hold that blue-black flash deck together. It's going to make that deck probably, as the kids say, S tier. But we'll see. I don't know. But I think if anything's going to do it, it's going to be this card right here. So that was my 8. Now on to
I left this one off my list just because I had so many other cards for the flash deck on my list. Mm-hmm. But I absolutely love this card. It's going to be so good.
Yeah. Your number 7 card.
I believe that's Necropanther.
That's correct.
There were like 3 cards on my list that reanimated, and I kind of only wanted to choose one. One of them is coming up on your list later, but I think this ability of this card coming down and mutating and getting something with Converter Mana cast out of your graveyard for 3 or more, whatever, 3 or less, I think that is a very strong ability, and I think it's a very fun ability. It's so fun to go get things back. Your opponent thought they dealt with it. Bam, here it is again, not to mention a Necropanther to boot. That's fun Magic.
Yeah, absolutely. My number 7 card is Sprite Dragon. So this card, really simple card, really straightforward. Flying haste, then you play this and you play the Drake, and then you play a bunch of non-creature spells, and you just like build this giant flying army. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. And how convenient, that's my number 7. It's also your number 6.
Yeah, coming in at number 6 for me, Sprite Dragon. I love this card because it's so fun. It's so fast, it's aggressive, it comes down with flying and haste, and you're going to cast a ton of spells in the blue-red spells deck. So this is just something that will be fun to build, and honestly, it's probably going to die a whole lot once it lands.
Yeah.
But whenever you can land this and cast a couple spells afterwards, you are going to be putting your opponent in the hurt zone. Arclight Phoenix, Crackling Drake, all this card's best friend. It's going to be a fun deck.
Absolutely. My number 6, General Kudro. This is just like the Ultimate Humans card from this set. It's going to be, if there's a humans deck, this is going to be the reason. There's lots of good humans in this set, but there's also a lot of non-humans that are good in this set. So it's really interesting. You like this card more than I do. I'll let you talk more about it when we get there, but it's a great card. That's my number 6. Your number 5.
I believe my number 5 is Skycat Sovereign.
That is correct.
Which is not a card that is on your list. But I love this card because I think that the blue-white Flyers deck is a real archetype when you give it real players. This gets so big when you have a bunch of one-drop Flyers on the board. And it's a mana sink late game to create more Flyers to make it bigger. So I think there are cards in Standard, Empyrean Eagle to speak of, that are going to make this deck really good. So this is just a card that is putting in probably a bad deck to make it a good deck. Will it be S tier? Will it be A tier? Maybe not. But will it be fun? I guarantee you that.
Absolutely.
When I have to do blue-white things on Arena for dailies, I'm going to be going to that deck instead of a control deck because this will be more fun.
And you should. And I'll say one quick thing about this. This card almost made my list because it does look fun, but, it didn't. But it was close.
Yeah.
So my next card is Luros of the Dream Den, and I'm not even sure if I'm saying that correctly. This is another companion card, but you might not ever play this as a companion. You might But I think this is why I can't wait to play this card. It's for modern, right? Because it lets you play up to one card or one permanent spell per turn from your graveyard. That costs 2 or less. That's amazing, right? You can get your Tarmogoyf, you can get your Death Shadow, you can get your, you know,
Young Pyromancer.
Your young pyromancers, your bobs, you could actually it's permanent, it's not creature, so you could get your Renin 6 back if you wanted
dead
to.
Weight.
Your dead weight. Yeah. So just all these different things, and it has lifelink to boot. So just a little bit extra on there for you. That was my number 4. So I believe is this your number 4 or your number 3? I'm kind of out of order here.
We have not gotten to my number 4 yet.
This is your number 4 right here. Voracious Great Shark.
Oh, yes. Voracious Great Shark. I couldn't fit all the blue-black flash spells I wanted to fit on this list, but Voracious Great Shark for me is the most fun. We've seen abilities like this on creatures before, but it's a giant shark. The art alone is so fun, but you're going to slap down a 5-mana 5/4 or a 4-mana 5/4, wink wink, future cards on the list, and you're going to counter a creature or an artifact, and you're going to win at Magic. It's so fun. It's so flavorful. I love it.
Yeah.
Your opponent will not love this card, but you will love this card.
Your opponent will hate you for playing this and Frilled Mystic. All right, so next on our list, this is my number 4, Back for More. This is about as martial of a card as we get. It is a 6-mana instant, which doesn't sound great, but you get to return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, and when you do, it fights up to 1 target creature you don't control. So this is recursion. This is a removal spell, and it's an instant speed. I just love it. I could see myself wanting to put this in like any mid-range creature deck that I play, and just like, even if it doesn't make sense, I'm still like, yeah, but what about Back for More? So that's just like, that's where my head's at, and so that's why I can't wait to play this card. Scott, your number 3 card.
That's a Vadrax, Apex of something.
Apex of Thunder. Vadrock, Apex of Thunder.
Yeah, for me, this card is on the list because I miss Mantis Rider. I want to cast Mantis Rider in Standard so bad, but I can't. But I will take this. This is so good. It's so fun. Flying in first strike. Mantis Rider was the most fun I've ever had in Standard. So having a 3-mana 3/3 flyer in Jeskai brings me back to home. But the mutate ability on this is so strong. I don't know if there's a strong Jeskai tempo archetype in the format, but if there is, I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna have a blast.
You're gonna tear it up. You're gonna tear it up. This card does look fun. Okay, my number 3 card is Luca, the Coppercoat Outcast. So this is a great 5-mana planeswalkers. Sometimes they're amazing, sometimes they're completely unplayable. It just depends on the format. But I would have a hard time imagining that this one isn't playable. Just like to +1 and draw, quote unquote, draw some creatures, and then the -2 feels like you can do some shenanigans if you build your deck the right way, and then obviously -7 you just kind of win the game. Big, like I could see this in a Gruul big creature deck, something like that. I just think it's gonna be a lot of fun. That's why Luca is my number 3.
Yeah, I think that card is definitely going to be a blast. I wanted to put it on my list, but yeah. It's great.
By the way, Eric just won the comment of the day. He said, Luca is Joe Exotic. I think that's absolutely correct. All right. No comment there.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right. Card number 2 for you, Scott.
Card number 2 for me is Sea Dasher Octopus. I'm surprised this card isn't on your list. This is a Curious Obsession on a stick. It mutates. It flashes. Mm-hmm. It's going in the flash deck. For me, it's going in the flyer deck. It does so much. It's going to draw you cards. It's going to be aggressive. And it's an octopus. What's not to love? I can think of 8 reasons why this card is better than every other card on your list.
What would those 8 reasons be, Scott?
You can imagine. All right. You can imagine.
I think the card's good. It just doesn't get me excited. Like, I know it's good. I know I'm gonna play it if I play a flash deck, and I'm gonna go and it's gonna be good. But it's not one that I'm like, I can't wait to play a 2/2 flash that draws me a card.
Yeah, for some reason this beats Slitherwisp for me on fun ratio, but this is going in more decks for me. This is going to go in any blue creature deck. It's going to go
Yeah.
in the flyer deck. So
Yeah. All right. My number 2 card is Vivian, Monsters Advocate. So we already saw this on the list for Scott. He had this at number 10. I've got this at number 2. This is just even more of a power punch, I think, for creatures than Luca. Because you always get this 3/3, and you get to draw cards by playing from the top of your deck, and then it doesn't have an ultimate, which is interesting. It's kind of the trade off. It has that static ability instead of an ultimate, but its -2 is actually pretty sweet. So
very strong.
yeah. So this is just a good card, overall. And then Scott, your number 1 card that you cannot wait to play in the set of Ikoria.
Yeah, for me coming in at number 1, I have this card in like 5 lists that I'm building in my head and like on Arena. I'm prepping the decks. I'm ready to play this card. General Kudro. What comes after General Kudro?
Of Dranith.
Dranith. Yeah. This card is awesome. I'm a humans player in modern. I somewhere along the line I realized that playing white creatures is how I perform best when playing Magic as a spike and as a grinder. So I have to give it up to General Kudro. He's a lord for humans. He's a 3-mana 3/3, so you're not losing out a lot for good ability. But his other abilities are so strong. When
Mm-hmm.
humans enter, you exile target card from an opponent's graveyard.
It's
That's
great.
so strong against Euro Titan, so strong against the Croxa Titan in Standard. That's going to be relevant in Modern, in Pioneer. Its other ability to destroy creatures. It's doing so much. It's firing on all cylinders, and it works so well with cards already in Standard. There are cards that are making humans every time you cast a multicolor spell. This card is going to love it. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait.
I know that this guy's a general and Admiral Akbar was an admiral, but I feel
Mm.
like his face needs to be on this card.
It wouldn't be on theme with humans, but I like where your head's at.
I just feel like it works. He has that kind of like the mustache. You could put the fish lips. Anyway.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I would like to see "It's a Trap" in big letters
it's a trap.
under it.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then my number 1 card I can't wait to play from Ikoria is Nithroi. I don't even know how you say this. Nethroi,
Yeah,
Apex
sure.
of Death. This is 5 mana. You get a 5/5 Death Touch lifelink. Sure, why not? If you can mutate it, you just kind of like are doing crazy stuff because you get to return any number of target creatures from your graveyard to the battlefield that power 10 or less. Um, like you set your deck up for this, you do this, you win. It's going to be nuts. I just can't wait to have crazy big swings with this and see my opponents just like cry with tears on their face. This is the number 1 card I can't wait to play. But all these cards I'm very excited to play. I can't wait for Ikoria to get here. Scott, we are just 2 days away.
Yes. Yes. The countdown has begun. It's the final countdown, if you will.
Anyway, that's our stream. That is the our top 10 cards that we can't wait to play in Ikoria. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let us know in the comment section what are your top 10 cards that you can't wait to play, and we will see you on Arena. Have a great time. Scott, say goodbye to the people.
See y'all later. Thanks.